EVE is a multifaceted game, but there are two aspects without which New Eden could not dynamically persist: combat and industry. However, while making stuff and breaking stuff are inextricably linked, it is the wise industrialist that is best poised to profit, not with brash tactics and weapons fire, but by employing calm efficiency and forethought. So let's put PvP to one side for a minute and explore the complex yet relaxing industries of New Eden.
Skill training completed.
At its most basic level, industry is the process of taking raw materials and turning them into products, modules, and ships, so they can be consumed, destroyed, thus creating the demand for more. Industry is a vast subject that covers many areas of gameplay, but demand aside, there are just three things that are necessary for industrial activity to exist. Most obvious are the physical resources needed to build a product. Second, you need a facility in which to combine those resources, usually a station. Last but not least are the skills, knowledge, and experience required to put the correct resources together, represented in-game by blueprints. Without all three, neither the smallest round of ammunition nor the largest vessel can begin to exist.
The asteroid is depleted.
Production materials in EVE can be extracted from various places across New Eden. The most basic comes from mining asteroids, from which various ores can be reprocessed into minerals that are used for the bulk of most production runs. Higher tier items, Tech 2 and Tech 3 ships and equipment, will require high grade and often rare materials. Of course, as in all things, where production supply is limited, you can always turn to the market for a price. Blueprints, or blueprint copies for the most basic items, can also be sourced easily from the market, or given as mission rewards or loot. Once acquired, they can be researched to improve their time and material efficiency, respectively speeding up the process of and reducing the resource cost of production. To facilitate the building of lucrative Tech 2 items, blueprints have to go through a skill-intensive process called INVENTION, which requires the use of data cores and optional decryptors to complete a potentially costly but necessary process.
You have been promoted.
Those same data cores and decryptors can also be used to reverse engineer the blueprints necessary to manufacture lucrative Tech 3 hulls and subsystems. As you might have gathered, industrial activities, especially those that require or produce scarce resources, are among the most skill-intensive and the most profitable in the game. Depending on the process, it's also crucial that the right facility, whether it's within a station, a dedicated outpost, or citadel, is properly selected and resourced to complete it.
Warping to station.
However, there is one form of industrial enterprise that can be set up and directed almost anywhere and everywhere, with only a small investment in skills and equipment. Planetary interaction, rather than focusing on single or batch items, is about establishing a network of input-output processes across the surface of a world to create a largely automated production cycle. Across New Eden, there are 8 types of planet, for which you need the appropriate command center to be able to set up an array of extractors, processors, and storage nodes that turn raw materials into goods, with only occasional oversight needed. Output can then be shipped off-world for sale or transported to another planet for further refinement. Regardless of how you choose to specialize, whether it's in developing blueprints, refining resources, or manufacturing, it pays to maintain a strategic eye over what's going on across New Eden, so that as the wheels of industry drive EVE's cycle of creation and destruction, you are forever turning a profit while kicking back and relaxing.